Hello, everybody, and welcome. Um, so funny story. I recorded this a while ago, and let's just say that thing I used didn't like the file type, so I'm basically doing it all over again. But today, I thought I'd take a kind of a better, in-depth, more review, as you would say, of the NXT Commemorative Championship that I recently I would say recent, a bit over 2 weeks ago, maybe more, bought. So, um, right off the bat, so for me, this cost $277. However, it was on I think they had a 25% sale for like commemorative belts, so that's why it was a little less. It probably would have been 350 or so. But so right off the bat, I think that was, I mean, it seems expensive, but obviously, you're getting it shipped over from, another place, and especially during COVID and stuff, it's kind of, I didn't mind it. But this surprisingly, it took, I'd say for me, it took almost a week to process to ship, and then it was a good almost 2 weeks. I'd say just a bit under 2 weeks before it shipped fully. So right off the bat, great size, I think. Um, I think the size is pretty good. I never knew this was what the lifelike was gonna look like until I really got it, and I was like, oh my god, this is huge. And again, colors. I like the gold mixed with the bit of silver you see in between the thing. I think it works very well. Like you wouldn't think the two colors would be able to be noticeable of each other, but they are. And just the leather, I think, is a nice. It's good, pretty thick, so it should be good. And it looks great. Has a little X's all going through the sides. And I think, yeah, of the back doesn't look too bad with the buttons. Now, I guess to start off with, I would go with the cons first. So, in my opinion, uh, first con off the bat would be the buttons. Now, they're not too bad, but the one issue I guess I would have to say is not only are they a bit difficult to put together because they're screwy sometimes, but I would have to say the issue too is you can't really put them together when they're bent. You got to kind of do it when it's more straight. So I've only got two on right now, but so it's like, yeah, you put them on together, that's fine, but you kind of really got to check. And even when you do, you kind of got to keep the belt just straight if you want to clip them like so. Right off the bat, it's just not going. But sometimes you never know when you clip them or not. But then, of course, you could keep doing it, but it doesn't always go. So sometimes you got to keep it straight, like so. And then eventually, yeah, you can get them all on. However, sometimes it feels like they're not completely on, so they might come off, which I think was the problem with them. That's why they changed to Velcro. Now, I thought that Velcro was a cool thing, and I kind of hope in the future they do put Velcro on some of the belts they sell. But for now, yeah. So I guess that's the main one of the main cons. I thought is them commemoratives are a display piece. Obviously, I don't know if there's a difference between these and the replicas, but for someone who put that replica on one time and wants to do videos with it, it seems like it's going to be a difficult task to put them on and take them off because they're a bit finicky. So I guess second off the bat was it's not so much a con as I think it's a bad thing, but as you can see, there isn't much of a curve with it. There's kind of a curve, but it feels a little different. Like if it feels less like it's going around you and more like it's pushing on you, which again, most wrestlers in WWE are abbed or something, so something like this is not really what they intended for, but it just would be cool if it was a little in shape, like a little bit more. I guess I don't know. That's just a me thing. It might be different for everybody else, but I'd say next con, the leather, in my opinion, is it's great leather, but it would be cool if it was either a little more flexible, or B, maybe even just a little bit thinner, not a lot. Like, I'm not going to halve it, but maybe just a bit off, because so this is how it's shaped because I have the belts up to the buttons up. However, when I first got it, and it's probably something you'll notice, so this side was like this. That's why it's shaped like that. This side was more like this though. So this side is still kind of not as bent, and on the, like, again, on the show you can clearly tell the belts. I don't know if that's wear and tear or if that's just how they make them, but they're like really floppy and stuff. Whereas over here, it's more difficult. Like, you can still bend it and stuff, but it's just not as. So I'd say that's probably just something that I've noticed, and I kind of, might be different for other belts, but just from first off the bat, that's just a me thing. Again, might be different for everyone else. Um, I suppose. I mean, I guess the next con, you don't. I'm not gonna. When I was recording the video before, I tried, and you can't see it, but it kind of looks like it has a few marks, like not marks, like it's like the plastic is a bit bent or like pressed in, kind of like it's got dents in it. Now, if you want a realistic look, that would be great because it does kind of have that cool, like it's been used a lot. However, I guess if you're someone who, you notice them and you just kind of look and think, okay, they're there, but not so much of a con, I'd say, as it's a bad thing. Like, all these cons, they're just what I've noticed. I don't particularly think it devalues it or it's not worth the pricing. Those are things I noticed. So take it as you want. Okay, getting onto pros. Number one pro, I think it's great sizing. Like, compared to the toy ones you can get, it's good. Like, again, they're for kids and they fit around kids well. But then you get this, and this is exactly what you want. It's great, good look, good for hanging up or displaying, or hell, like, wearing it. Just, it looks good for the size. Another con, I would have, not con, I mean pro. Again, I mentioned before the coloring. I think the silver on gold looks amazing, and you know it's formerly known as the black and gold brand, but it really has that nice black and gold. But it's not just those two. It's got a nice silver mix in it, so it looks good. Another pro I would have to say is, although I mentioned with the leather, it's not as bendy. The thickness and how great looking the leather is, and also the plastic, I think was very good. If you want a cheap belt, commemoratives are definitely the way to go because the plastic doesn't really look that bad. It doesn't look bad at all. In fact, it looks really good. It makes you look at it on TV and you look at it here and it looks almost the same. And of course, obviously with replicas, I hear there's not much of a, mirror effect because, with, plastic, it's kind of, you can see yourself in it a bit. That's, again, I don't have a replica, I wouldn't know, but that's just from what I've seen in videos. Um, I'd say another pro would be the weight. I think, so it's got weight to it despite being plastic. Now, the commemoratives are supposed to be half, I believe, the weight of replicas, but even for just half, it feels great. Like, you put it on, you can feel it hanging down compared to like the kids' plastic, which just feels like a belt you could put around your pants. But otherwise, yeah, that's really it. And I guess just this is a bit cliche, pro, I guess, but pro right off the bat, it looks exactly how much it's worth. I don't think it like, yeah, sure, people would love it to be cheaper. Hell, 277, that's just 25% on sale. I don't know how much it costs fully, but that's going to be a lot more because I live in Australia. Shipping is like near $100. So that kind of adds more to it. So, but I'd say just for its, the price and what you're getting, I do think it's worth it. I don't think that, you know, If they went higher, obviously you could kind of see it because I mean, I'm so used to seeing it this price, but I think it's great what it's worth, and I do believe that it's a recommended if you're someone who likes display items or hell, even just a cheaper option to the main belt. I think it's worth it. So that's basically all I really wanted to talk about. It's not a great review. There's probably better ones out there, but that's just my from what I can see from it. Um, so in the future, I do see myself maybe getting more in the future. I'm not going to be a belt collector. I'm not going to collect every one. When it comes to commemoratives, there's only two more I see myself getting. One is a tag title. So I think right off the thing, one of the ones I was going to plan for was the SmackDown ones. And then the third belt would be the Intercontinental. Now, the only one they have up is the one from 2014, the white strap. One of my favorite designs, so I'm glad they've got a commemorative for it, and I see myself getting that one. Um, I do plan for replicas. Hell, if they add more commemoratives in the future, great, but I don't see them adding more, so in the future I do plan on getting a replica. However, I could only see myself getting either the cruiserweight one, because you can't get it as a commemorative, or the 24/7 title, which, unpopular opinion, I think is a great title and I think it looks cool. I'd love to have a 24/7 title that's, not this. I'm not going to show it because I got to take it off the thing, but, love a metallic looking one. It'd be cool if both the belts had commemoratives, but I'm not going to sit here and complain. But that's pretty much it. So that's just me thinking aloud. I might not, who knows, but I definitely do see myself getting a commemorative again, and I do think it's worth it. So, if you're again someone who wants a cheaper belt, you don't care about making it as realistic, you could just display it somewhere or show it off, then I do think commemoratives is the way to go. And I hope at least you get something from my video. So, thank you guys for watching. If you also have had a commemorative before and you have experience, let me know. If you have questions about it, I could probably try and answer some in the comments. Go ahead. And if you have any tips and tricks for people, or even me, about like commemoratives or replicas, or even, just go ahead. Do what you need to. But thank you for watching. I might do more videos like this. I could possibly do one for the toy thing or the Fiend mask even. I'm trying to think of doing more reviews, so that would be something that I'm doing in the future. But until then, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoy.